Hi, my name's Stephen Carberry and I'm a speech pathologist at Noah's Ark. I've been working here for 10 years now.
Hi, my name's Brooke Serpell. I'm also a speech pathologist and I've been at Noah's Ark for about 18 years now. Stephen and I wanted to make this video today just to explain a little bit about what speech pathologists can support your family with, and also to share a couple of tips or ideas that might be useful for you if you have concerns about your child's communication development, based on some of the things that we've found have been helpful with families that we've worked with over the years. So as speech pathologists, Stephen and I both have training or expertise in the areas of communication and also feeding, so things connected to swallowing and meal times. And what we can offer families is support around understanding how their child communicates, and also ideas and strategies to help families support their children to communicate effectively, to understand others, to get their message across, to speak clearly, and also some of the things around connecting with others socially and understanding the rules of conversation. In relation to swallowing, some of the things that we often would be helping families around would be mealtime routines and actually the physical aspects of swallowing and doing that safely and managing food.
As speech pathologists, we're often asked, what are some things that I can be doing to help my child's communication development? One of the strategies that we know is really effective in supporting children who find it difficult to understand what's being said to them is to try and keep our language simple. What that means is using perhaps 1 or 2 word sentences to try and get your message across, and emphasising the important words that we're using. For example, if we're wanting the child to know that it's time to leave the house, we might be saying something like car or go to the car, and emphasising what we're wanting the child to be able to do. Another example of something that you can be doing to support your child's understanding is to show them things as well, to use visual cues to support the words that you're saying and help build that connection with the words and the objects. So to build on the example that I used before about going to the car, you could show your child the car keys to indicate and help build their understanding that the words go to the car mean that's where we're going, and helping to build that connection between the car keys and the words that we're using. Another example is around when we're offering choices to children, that it can be really helpful to have the objects physically available to us as well. So what we could do is, if we're offering the child a snack, we might say something like, would you like a banana or popcorn? And have the 2 objects with you to help the child to be able to make a choice and connect the words that we're using with the objects that we're talking about as well.
So Stephen's been talking a little bit about supporting your child's understanding, so helping them make sense of the language that we use to speak to them, and doing that in a few simple ways. So keeping your language simple and also showing them using objects and pictures and gestures and other things in the environment to help them make sense of those words. Another thing that can be helpful to support their expressive communication, so their ability to get their message across and to let you know what they want and what they think about things, is again to use visuals. So in that example that Stephen gave, where you might show popcorn and the banana as 2 choices of snack, if your child's at an early stage of communication and they're not using spoken words yet, offering a choice in that way enables them the opportunity to perhaps reach for what they would like and to use that gesture as a way of getting their message across. It's also helpful for them to hear those words, banana and popcorn, mapped to the real thing, so that after lots of chances of hearing that, lots of opportunities for repetition, they're more likely to be able to start attempting some of those words themselves. Kids need to hear things over and over lots and lots of times before they're ready to actually say those words. Probably though, the best tip that I could suggest in terms of supporting kids to communicate is for adults actually to wait. And that sounds really simple and easy to do, but actually for most adults, it's a little bit tricky. We're quite skilled as communicators. There's lots of things that we want to say, lots of things that we need to tell our children. But typically adults don't wait very long when they're speaking to children. They might ask a question and then just wait like 1 or 2 seconds before they either ask the question again or they answer for the child. And if your child is taking a little bit longer to develop their communication skills, they're probably going to need more time to respond to you and to do something to show you what they would like or what they want to do. So for you as the adult in that situation, as the one with the more sophisticated communication skills, if you can just slow down a little bit and wait a little bit longer to see what it is your child's interested in and give them some time to perhaps tell you what they want through a look or a gesture or a sound, or even to have a go at saying a word, that can be really helpful and enable them to have the experience of more opportunities in a conversation back and forth with you. So waiting, it doesn't sound that complicated, but it is really tricky for many adults. It's something that I often find hard to do, but just waiting a little bit longer. So maybe even, counting in your head up to 5 seconds or something like that, or longer still for some children, can be really helpful in giving them more chances to communicate. So these are just a couple of simple tips. They might build on things that you're already doing at home with your children, or they might be new ideas for you to take away and try. But we hope that they're helpful, particularly for those of you who've got young preschool age children and who have some concerns about how your children are understanding and communicating with others. There's lots of great information out there while you're waiting for services, and a couple of websites that Stephen and I direct families to quite often, the Raising Children website, the Hanen website, and also if you'd like to know a bit more about speech pathology more broadly, the Speech Pathology Australia website is a good go-to. So we'll make sure the links to all of those websites are included in this clip, and they'd be a good place to start if you're wanting some more ideas and some more information to support your child and your family.